It's crazy to think about that almost 2 years ago, I took a leap of faith and followed my dreams of living abroad. I quit my job and sold my home and most of my belongings to move to a place completely sight unseen. And something that I felt like I could never say out loud, but the people around me who love me and know me knew that deep down inside, I've always had this desire to be an artist. And what better time to take action on the dreams that we've ignored than the season of spring? The way that I see spring, it is the perfect season to plant the seed of all the things you want to grow and materialize and let take root. Things like planting new beliefs or getting started on a project that you've always wanted. I love spring because not only is it the perfect time to start something new, it brings the feeling of new energy, things becoming alive and growing and being created. Especially after having a gray and rainy winter, I've dearly missed the warmth of the sun. And with all that rain, all the flowers are starting to bloom. This spring, I'm focused on taking action on my creativity and planting the seed of becoming the artist that I've always dreamt of being. I am so excited to take you with me this week as I create art inspired by the place that I now get to call home. It really still feels surreal to say it out loud. So, this is my love letter to the place that chose me. Let's get into it. I'm finishing one of my paintings of my favorite place to go walking in and starting this painting of a sunrise I saw last fall. It's crazy to think about, but I put my dreams of being an artist on the back burner for so long. I think it's because I just couldn't see it fitting in with who I thought I was. For so long, I identified so much with being a person who prioritized survival over creativity. I spent a lot of time focused on work and saving up for this dream that it was easy to let go of my creativity. Since quitting my job and removing that pressure of surviving, I spent winter figuring out what I wanted for my life and how I wanted to live it and dreaming up a new way of being. To finally create art just feels so healing. I want to capture these moments in ways that I don't think deserve to just live as photos or videos on my phone. Creating art is fun until I get into this mode where I'm trying to capture everything perfectly. The color wasn't mixing the way that I wanted it to. The clouds weren't turning out the way it was in my photo. And I get into this mindset where I think I can do it just a little bit better. And that's where things start to fall apart. I'm realizing that when we move away from control and let things be, giving it time and space, we can see it with a fresh perspective. It makes me realize that struggles aren't permanent, failure isn't permanent, tough times don't last, and things can change. Things can always be fixed. Let's persevere and move through and spend some time with Winnie. Winnie, where's your toy? Where's your toy? You want your toy? Where's your toy? Come on, show me. Where is it? Where's your toy? Winnie. Winnie, where's your toy? Oh my gosh, you found it! I know that you might watch this video and think that this life of mine is effortless, beautiful, and without struggle. But I want to break that notion for you. I think it's really easy in the world of social media to see people who achieve their dreams and we see the final result. We only get to see the final product, not the years of hard work, dedication, blood, sweat, and tears behind the scenes. What you are witnessing is the fruit of my hard-earned labor. All the beautiful things in my life I fought for, I chose in exchange and in sacrifice for other things. Like I said earlier, I've had this dream of living abroad for over 10 years. I worked over 40 hours a week. I saved. I prioritized survival over my own creativity. I made a lot of difficult decisions financially and in life. I quit a job that I was successful at, sold most of my belongings, and sold my first home I bought. I dealt with setbacks and experienced financial hardship. I share all of this because I want to be 100% honest on what the experience is like to follow your dreams. I think that initially, it's exciting and beautiful when you commit to following your dreams, but everything after that is truly a trial by fire. The world will throw challenges at you, take you off your path, break you down, and test you, and I mean really test you, to see if you're willing to stand behind your dream and convictions. It's taught me that following our dreams asks us to dig deep in ourselves, recognize our desires, and to be guided by that inspiration. But it's in that same place we are confronted with our deepest fears, our need for security, control, and certainty. When I took my leap of faith, I realized that any struggle I faced also showed me my courage to move forward in the face of uncertainty. And life has such an odd way of showing us these things because I realize that making art is a similar process and feeling to taking a leap of faith. Art is just this expression of what we want to purge and transmute. Although creating art can be fun, we're also confronting that part of ourselves that wants perfection, accuracy, complete control, but art is alchemy. It's co-creating with our deepest expression of what we see, what we feel, the fleeting moments, and ultimately surrendering to the process. There is always going to be this push and pull to control what you can, but at the same time, it can't always go our way. In fact, it rarely does. I'm learning to surrender to where the paintings take me. Perfection makes us believe that we can outsmart experiencing pain or failure from trying, and I really don't know why we trick ourselves into thinking that we'll be in this forever state of bliss if we're perfect. But I'm learning that doing what you love won't always be easy. When I look back on my journey of achieving my dream and living abroad, I realized that what got me here wasn't my declaration that I'd follow my dreams, but it was sheer perseverance. All the challenges, struggle, frustration, and hardships I faced to follow that desire ultimately led me here. It's in the struggle and our ability to push through that allows our dreams to really take shape. This journey is exactly why I love art, because it takes everything we've been through, the good times and the bad, and transmutes it. We really have the power to turn it into something physical and turn it into something tangible. Okay, I am so happy with how this turned out. I really struggled with the gradient in the sunrise and capturing that perfectly, but I love how the clouds turned out and the pink and how it gets into the darker shades of blue. I also really appreciate the ripples that you can see in the sea and how it just captures and reflects the sunrise from the sky. I'm just so proud of how it turned out. I think that this is the perfect way to honor the journey that I've been on. And I'm so proud that you got to see the process of these paintings. Like Seresto collar. I truly love that this place chose me. Even after so much self-doubt and surviving, I landed here. I know that when I look back on my life, that these moments will be the most surreal and, dare I say, happiest times of my life. I hope that this inspires you to take your leap of faith and do the thing that you've been dreaming about. Even when there's no certainty, no security, no proof that it'll all work out. I know how hard it is to follow your dreams, and just know that Winnie and I are here cheering you on. I'm gonna do my absolute best to capture and paint this place as my way of expressing gratitude and the inspiration it's given me, and share it with the world. Winnie! If you've made it this far, thank you for joining. It really means the world to me, and I hope you stick around to see more art, more Winnie, and my journey of becoming an artist. In the meantime, tell me what dreams and ideas you're planting for spring. I'd love to hear from you. I'm wishing you all the best. With love, Julianne.